Hello creative, welcome back. Welcome back again. So we'll continue from where we stopped. So we stopped at the interface. So now we'll start with the menu bar. All right, here we have the file. Like I said in the previous tutorial, I said you have under the new you can under the folder we have new. That's, we want to create a new document. Now if you click here, you see another dialog box similar to, or a dialog box similar to the one that came up when we wanted to start, we wanted to open the workspace, in CorelDRAW. Will pop up like this. All right, so now you can give it the name. Let's say you want to work on maybe a book cover. Just type book cover here, then leave the preset as custom. Then let's assume the book cover you want to have 2 pages, so I just increase it to 2. Then let's say the size you want to use is A4 or A5, it depends. Or if you know the size, for instance, maybe you were given the size in inches. Let's say it's 8 by the width is 6, while the height is 8. All right. Now, if you look at it, you see that it will give you automatically the orientation will be portrait. Now, let's assume you change the height to 6. All right. Okay. No orientation. You know why? Because it's actually square, and we only have 2 orientations: portrait and landscape. All right. Now, but if we change this width to, let's say, 10. All right, automatically it will change to what? To landscape. If you look at it, you see that it has changed, like it's moved from portrait to landscape. All right, so that's it. Okay, now our orientation, let's leave it as 300. So okay, let's leave our resolution as 300. All right, now we've created a new document. Okay, now the next one is open. Let's assume you downloaded a CorelDRAW file from the internet and you want to open it, and you put it in a folder. Let's assume it's in this folder. All right, this way I keep all my CorelDRAW files. So if you want to open a file, just click just click it, then click open. All right, it will open it. All right, so now the next you see is close. Now let's see what close does. Now, what this close does is that it closes a document one after the other. But if you close all, let's assume you have 20 documents, to close all the 20 documents. But if I click on this close, it closes only the current page, only the current document. Okay, let me quickly create a new document. Now, if I come here, close. All right, now let me create like. So we have how many documents? 1, 2, 3, right? So let's come to close all. So to close, save changes to. So the reason why it's bringing this is because that we've done some, some things, and it's notifying us that if you don't save, we might lose some of our, works. All right. So you can either choose yes or no. I'm going to cancel it. All right. So the next thing you see is save as template. Okay. Let's see what that does. Now let's assume you want to create, let's say you design something and you want to save it as a template that you can use later. Just come here and save as template. So you can add it to your template here. All right, so that's that. Then acquire image. Now this acquire image, I've used it before, and what I learned from it is that you can actually with this acquire image you can bring a file, like you can scan the file from a scanner to CorelDRAW and do some editing. All right, now import. This is where you import. For instance, you have some files. Okay, let me see. Yes, I have this file or this file. Just click import, then you drag it down like this. So this is how you bring it. But the easiest way for me is to come here, to come to where I have my file. Let's say this, if I want to use, just drag it like this. This is the easiest way to import. Understand? But for a start, you can learn, the rules. Just pass through the normal channel to get some done. But as you progress, you need to learn shortcuts. All right, now the export for, I'll not teach this for now because there's no need for it. But as you progress, I'll show you. Now, document property is where you see the property of the document. For instance, the name and locations are unknown because we've not saved and we've not even given it a name. Then also we have just one layer. Then documents, we have 2 pages here. Then page size, this is page size in inches, 10 by 6. You can even see it here. Then we have the page orientation is landscape. Now the resolution is 300. Then the primary color mode RGB. Perfect. The other things are okay. What is again? Fine. So this is basically it, and this is the name of the author. But in your when you open this in your system, you definitely get the name that you register your system with. All right, so that's just it. Now let's move to edit. Okay, let me see after. Let's move to edit. This edit you can undo. For instance, you did something and you want to undo it, you come here and do it, and the shortcut is in front of it. Now as you progress, as you start designing, you see that all this gray area will become, clickable. Then we have paste. Let's say there's something you copied. For instance, let's say okay, let me do something. Let me copy this. All right, now come here, you see paste. Actually it pastes on the same spot. You can see it now. So let's assume we want to cut it. Just come to edit and cut it, then come to edit and paste it. Now as you are working with this as I'm working on this menu bar, you should be able to learn, be able to memorize the shortcuts for efficiency. So to cut is Ctrl X like scissors. All right. Now to copy is Ctrl C. All right. Now to paste is Ctrl V. All right. We have paste in view. Now let's try paste in view again. Let's see. Paste in view. Now this paste in view, most times, okay, let's try it again. It's paste on the same spot. So you can see we have 1, 2. All right, but sometimes it's just scatters. All right, okay, so that just is what just on that paste. Actually, what paste does is it pastes a copy of your work or of your element. Let me use that word, your element. And this is an element, like this shape is an element, and the element is a shape element. We have typography as an element and all. All right, so now if you want to delete it, just come here and delete it. All right, this clone is when you want to create like a duplicate. So let's see how that then clone it. You can see a duplicate. All right, so you want to select everything, so select objects. All objects will be selected. Now let's assume I type something here. Let me type G. All right, and come to edit and I select all objects. All right, now CorelDRAW is has categorized everything on everything here. Everything in the document has objects. So if I click on edit, select object, it will select everything. Now let's try text. It will select the text. So let's assume we have another text scattered here. Let's say 3 rather 3. So now let's come here, let's come to edit and select all. You see text, you select only the text. Now this is actually cool if you want to, maybe let's say you want to select all the text in your design. All right, now let's try the next one. Okay, guideline. We don't have guideline here. Now guidelines are something like this and this. All right, and this. So as you progress, you understand how what the guideline is used for. But let me just quickly tell you, the guideline is used for alignment. All right, alignment is one of the principles of graphic design. All right, so now we proceed to view. Now by default, when you open your software, by default, when you open your software, you see something like under the view, you see pixel selected. Now this is the deficient. This is the challenge with that selection. Now if you zoom close on any shape, you see all these square-like structures. Now they are called pixels. Now this is common in raster-based graphics. An example of raster-based graphics is your photograph. I don't know if you try to zoom your photograph. Let me see. This, if I have a photograph, I can zoom here. Okay, I think trying to see. Okay, let's see if we can. Okay, let me drag it here. All right, can you see? These are pixels. These are the things that make up the picture. All right, and these square line structures are are common in raster based graphics. An example of raster based graphics is our picture. All right, now, but CorelDRAW is not a raster based software, and raster based software is used to design raster based graphic. All right, but CorelDRAW is a vector based graphics. Let me type it. We have vector, and we have raster. All right, now raster is like this. Now let me now show you vector now. So to get the vector, you come to view, you go to enhanced. Now, one of the advantages of vector is that you can stretch it without losing quality. All right, and this is common. If you want to design, for a print. Let's say you want to design a billboard, stand. Although for billboard, most times they say use pictures, but you have to make sure that you get a picture with high resolution, very high, so that everything will look crisp and nice. But on some billboards, that have been designed by experienced designers, they know that the text should be crisp and sharp, and that's why they adopt or they use vector-based software like CorelDRAW, to develop the text. Now, let's say this is the text. Now, if you zoom closely, you see that we don't have any square-like structure around it. It's clean and sharp. If you zoom into any length, in fact, I can increase this to any length from here to wherever you want, maybe from, let's say, in Nigeria, in Lagos, from Lagos to, let's say, Canada. That's if you have a billboard that can stretch to that length, it will still be crisp. That's the beauty of using CorelDRAW, which is an example of vector-based software. All right, so that's it. Now, okay, now we want to see full screen preview. This is full screen preview. When you're done, you press escape on your keyboard. Then we have preview selected only. Zoom in, zoom out, proof color, rulers. This is my ruler. Now if I uncheck it, the ruler will disappear. Now if I check it, if I come here and check it, like come on, this ruler is where I got this guideline from. Is for alignment and all. I'll say, okay, now all these are not important for now. Now we have layout. Now this layout is where you can insert pages, duplicate pages, rename page, delete pages, go to pages. Let's have to go to page 2 now. Just come here and type 2 to take me to page 2, and page 2 has nothing. Nothing is blank. But if I have to go back to page, let's say page 1, perfect. All right. So if I have to switch orientation from landscape to portrait, because it's now portrait. So we can do that here. The page layout, excuse me. This is where you have a page layout. All the general information about your page, your grid, and everything is here. All right. Now, okay. So page background. Now, if I want to change the color of let me just do something here now. Let's assume I want to change the color of our background. Just come to solid, and it's actually white, automatically white. Well, let's change it to black, or let's change it to red. Then cancel, then click OK. Let's see, perfect. But I don't like that; it's distracting. So let's make it white, plain. All right. So go back to layout, page background, then come to solid, or just click no background, or come back to your solid and click white. But I will choose no background, then click OK to return back to normal. All right. So that's it. So because of the length of the video, I will stop now and we'll continue from object. Thank you.